All right, welcome everybody, and thank you for joining us for this impromptu Facebook Live of our morning meeting YouTube show. Thanks all for being here. One of the things that we like to talk about and we like to bring value to is how you can grow your business, okay? And there's a lot of different ways, a lot of different techniques to market. And one of the methods that in today's world is becoming more and more crucial to be able to understand and in order to be able to sustain, to speak to your audience, to speak to your caregivers, your recruiters, I mean, to speak to your clients, to your referral partners, everybody is online, social media, especially video. And today we have the very, very fortunate blessing to have Nick Bonabatis, the founder of Digital Champions. He is a pro at this. Very, very few people that had the pleasure to meet are more knowledgeable, and over the last 7 years, give or take, right, Nick?
hmm
He's helped thousands of companies all over the country improve their online presence with digital marketing techniques. So thanks for joining us, Nick. And, thanks for sharing with all of us watching here, the, some of your wisdom and knowledge. How's it going?
Great. Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. Any opportunity for me to speak and educate is my absolute favorite thing to do. So honored to be here, grateful to be here.
All right. Awesome. Awesome. So tell us a little bit about what you do with Digital Champions and, how is it that you actually help home care agencies specifically and, in what areas, considering I butchered your intro already.
All good. Yes. So my name is Nick Bontatibus. I am the owner and founder of Digital Champions, and I help home care businesses to generate leads by using the power of video and social media. And we help them to really create a brand for themselves online that separates them from all these other organizations that are out there, right? With the
Hmm.
competitive market that home care is, specifically in all areas, right? From attracting clients, from attracting caregivers, from attracting referral sources. We got to do things that are different. And that's what I help my students to do.
Awesome. Awesome. I mean, there's definitely a hell of a lot of noise out there. That's probably I'm gonna say of when I'm working with my own clients, and we even share a couple of clients here and there. You know, that's one of the chief complaints I hear. How do you get past the noise? How do people differentiate, me from, my home care agency from the other 15 home care agencies that are on the same street as I am? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is kind of a two-part answer. The first one is really understanding that you are your greatest differentiator. And,
Hmm.
that's the one thing that separates you from everyone else is you. You are uniquely different from everyone else. But if people don't have the opportunity to know who you are and getting that kind of background of the type of person you are, right? Then you miss that opportunity to be able to create connections because at the end of the
Hmm.
day, we want to work with people who we know, we like, and we trust. And
Absolutely.
if we if we're only having so many interactions with people, you go to a networking event, maybe you connect with someone, or you're going to referral sources and you're trying to connect with someone and you have a 2-minute conversation and that's all they get from you. That's not enough to really establish and build credibility, create that trust that people are going to want to work with you in the future. And so the more that you can represent yourself in a way that's going to be your most unique self online, that's immediately going to differentiate. And just a small example of this, and then I'll go into part two here, is the one of the posts that I have so many of my students do and sometimes when I speak at conferences and events, is simply introducing yourself and using a photo of your face. And so often we're not using and leveraging our own face in our own marketing.
Hmm.
And you wonder why you're not getting results is because when it comes to online marketing, when it comes to anything you're doing, people are following you for a reason, like your business. And so the more of you that you input into your marketing, the better results that you're going to see.
Yeah,
And
that
then,
makes absolute sense.
yeah. And then the second part is how do we, stand out from everyone else? And the answer is simple. What are most people not doing? And that's video. If you think about how many people that you currently know in all industries that are getting on camera and speaking directly to the camera, out of all the people that you know, how many of them are doing it? Probably not very many. And then we get into the home care industry.
It's
Now
even
we're
less.
talking about even less.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's absolutely just wonderful and on point advice. It's one of the things I always tell my own clients when I work with them. Just to go with what you started with, they are their own market differentiator. You know, there could be 100, like take you for example, there could be 1,000 digital marketing companies out there, people that want to do the work for you, done with you, coached by me, and whatever. But there's only one Nick. There's only one person that brings that specific expertise, that specific background that you bring, that brings the right mindset, that brings the right expertise, that understands the industry, and no one else can do that on the same level as you can. They, they may think they can do it better, they may think they can do it worse. You may have your opinion, but it doesn't change the fact that it's you, because at the end of the day, people build relationships, and it's those relationships that are going to build your business. So fantastic, great advice. Really appreciate
Yeah,
that.
one of my favorite things to say, and I definitely stole this from somebody. I think it was a guy named Pat Flynn. But he says, we're not B2B, business to business, and
Right.
we're not B2C, business to consumer. We are P2P, people
Absolutely.
to people. And that is the biggest thing, that when we start to really think about that, in how we show up, how we market ourselves, and really just communicate in a way that is personal and
Right.
not this, like, we're not writing 5-page essays in college. That's not what we do here. That's not successful marketing. We want to sound like a real person and really communicate in a way that is relatable and not robotic. And the more that we can ingrain that into our brand, like I did a presentation earlier this week, and in my presentations I showcase some of these stock photos, and I don't even have to show them on the screen. Like
Yeah. Oh yeah.
which woman, there's this particular older white woman that
Yep.
is literally
Everywhere.
everywhere.
Yep.
And if you're using her, like, and I even had someone on the call that I was doing the training was like, I think I have her in my marketing, like, sad face. And it's okay. And the point of me bringing this up is because if you are using like common stock photos, like I don't recommend stock photos in general, but if you are, don't use the ones that everyone's using.
Yep.
We have, like, that's the easiest way to not be different, is
Mm-hmm.
use the same photos as everyone else.
Yep.
And so, like, simply trying to integrate more personalization, like get some photos here's some an action item from today's training, right? Go get photos, hire a photographer, ask your friend on Facebook, hey, does anybody do photography? Take photos on your phone. There's 3 options for you right there that you can do to get some better photos that you can use in your marketing.
And from an operational perspective, don't forget to get a release sign.
Yes.
Yeah.
There are some things interesting about photo release, and it was funny. I was at my old company. This photographer came in to take pictures of my boss, and the guy was taking photos, and then I asked him, I was like, does he need to sign a media release form? And he's like, he just posed for the photos, so no.
Yeah.
So there is a certain, but I mean, if you want to cover,
It's
cover
for
yourself.
HIPAA.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all.
Well, yeah, I guess it depends on
Yeah.
yeah. If you're taking
Yeah.
pictures of clients, then you
Mhm.
definitely want to get a
Want those
media release
releases.
form
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
Mhm.
But like for you and your staff though, alone, if you're just doing that, I mean, that's something you could do today,
Right.
Well,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, like if it's obviously posed, you don't need a release.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, no, I just throw that in there because, I'll tell you an interesting, I find it an interesting story. This company I worked with about 4.5 years ago now, based out of the Dallas Fort Worth area down in Texas. She used to love to use stock photos. Okay. And at the time, there was a real popular one going around that I dubbed it the creepy grandma photo because it was everywhere. And it was just like, it almost looked like a caricature of an older person. Like it was obviously staged and she just looked like a creepy grandma. So we told her the same thing. I'm like, listen, you may want to change some of the pictures just to improve your general marketing appearance. And she went out, took pictures of her clients, posted them out there, did not get releases. The family of one of the clients found out, turned out to be her son was an attorney, and they just decimated this company. Just,
Ugh.
yeah. So if you're taking pictures of clients, make sure everybody's okay with it. All right.
Yeah, and I
So,
don't recommend getting the patient to sign for the media release form. Make sure
no,
it's,
yeah, someone else.
whoever's paying the bills is the one
Yes.
signing the release form. And it's probably better that they're there. And that kind of leads into some of the other stuff that I talk about in regards to leveraging with clients and not just photos, but getting videos of
Mm-hmm.
clients, because that is a game changer. Well, not just clients, but getting videos in general. Clients is one of the aspects that you can start to create and thinking about this in multiple aspects. So, depending on when you're watching this, right? If you're watching it live, we just had Veterans Day. And
Right.
so that's an amazing holiday. And so
Mm-hmm.
many people on social media, it's like, happy Veterans Day. It's like, oh my gosh, stop it. You are posting something just because you feel that you're supposed to post it. And
Yep.
now other good content that maybe is more valuable is not being seen because you just felt like, oh, well, we're supposed to post Happy Veterans Day, so we should.
Yep.
And so my challenge to you is to think differently about how you create content like this. Many of you are servicing veterans. So like
Mm-hmm.
get some valuable content, show recognition of those veterans, get them on camera, have them share their story, right? There's like so many
Yep.
elements of this that you can do. Some of my other students, they did like a pinning ceremony. One of my other clients, they went out and like delivered gifts for their veterans and then showcase that.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's this element that we can do so much more in how we're showing up on social media with different events and things that are going on that are going to be so much more impactful, that
Yep.
actually representing and create quality content. It's not even just about, oh, well, this is like the bottom line. No, it's like, how about you just create something that's valuable? Because now we're really recognizing our
Mm-hmm.
veterans. And I know, you're in the military, so thank you for your service. And,
Thank you.
you deserve recognition,
Right.
and good recognition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This before the internet became a place of a lot of noise. Way back when dinosaurs roamed the earth, and I was still doing marketing and other operational things for agencies directly. That was one of the big things we did originally. Before where I'm currently living. I'm from northern New Jersey. So we used to go into Bergen County and actually sponsor flag raising ceremonies for Veterans Days. And you would take the pictures and you would put them on the company website. You would put them on Facebook in the early days, and it became a real legitimate thing. We would we would sit down and just go to these facilities and have actual conversations with these veterans. They love it. They love to talk about their experience. And you know, when you're doing different events like this, whether it be Veterans Day, Memorial Day, even simple things like what's coming up now, depending on when you're watching this video, but Yeah, we've got Thanksgiving, we've got Christmas. Go and just sit and have a conversation with them. If you can, do what Nick says, put it on video. They will love it. They absolutely will love that somebody's talking to them about something other than the medication that they have to take or when their next doctor's appointment is.
Yeah, and the seniors have a lot of wisdom to share, and
Hmm.
there's a lot that can go into asking them engaging questions that are going to create amazing content.
Hmm.
Things about what they want to leave with the world. Like simple things like that you're gonna get amazing answers. I actually recorded a video of my grandmother, and it was funny because we were just I think it was a Friday afternoon, and she's like, "Nick, make me a cocktail." I'm like, "You got it, grandma." So I make her a cocktail, and I'm not really great at making cocktails, and I improvised this drink, but I was cheersing her, and I had this thought. I was like, "Hold on, I'm gonna record this." So I was like, "Grandma, like what would you want? What do you want to leave with your grandkids, your great grandkids? Like, what do you want them to remember,
Hmm.
and learn?" And she's like, travel, just like be happy. And I don't remember exactly what she said, but it was such a amazing answer. And it was short, it was to the point. I put it on like Instagram and ended up getting like, 10, 15,000 views on Instagram.
Oh, wow.
And so it just goes to show you, like, when you showcase these great messages. And I'm happy because now I have this video of my grandmother that, you know, hopefully she's with us for many years longer, but
Hmm.
eventually she will pass, and we'll have this video that will live on forever. And
Right.
that's the beauty of video. And I've done this example with a lot, like we actually interviewed my grandmother and my other grandmother. That same grandmother, I had her record how to make her famous Italian dish. It's called pizza fritta. I'm Italian, and so it's like really amazing dessert. And like I have that on camera, and it's a
Right.
beautiful, beautiful thing. Video is so much more impactful than just a photo. I think
Yeah.
there's a saying, like, a photo is worth 1,000 words. Well, then a video is worth like 180,000, or I
Oh,
forget what
wow.
someone
Yeah.
made up a number, I'm sure, but you get the idea.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Like, look, on that note, I mean, unfortunately, my father passed away when I was young, and the old 8 millimeter videos that we have, that's all we have. And, sometimes me and my siblings will just sit and watch these videos because, like you said, you can capture a picture. Picture captures a second, a moment, but a video, it captures a memory. And if one of the things that businesses struggle with is becoming memorable. So that is definitely something that will go a lot further. It lasts a lot longer. And I really can't tell you how helpful this is going to be to some of these agencies that probably haven't heard you before. So, you
If
know,
they take
mhm,
action on it, that's the
well, they
key
have to.
point
Yeah,
here, right?
absolutely. So to So what would you say, just as we're wrapping this up for today, give us three takeaways that you think that somebody can do today, like right now, just start thinking about that will help change the life of their business.
Absolutely. Um, the first thing is tell your story, right? So Simon Sinek says people don't do business with what you do, they do it with why you do it. And
Hmm.
so if you take a moment to share your story, look, I recommend doing it on video, but sharing your story in any written form is going to be powerful in general also. It's going to be more impactful on video. So I'm going to say do video. And the benefit of this one video, right? This is the first video I have all my clients make,
Hmm.
is their story, their why. Because the benefit of this is, one, like I just said, the Simon Sinek quote. If you don't know him, he's great. He's got a book called Start With Why. I highly recommend. But you can use this again and again and again and again for referral sources, for clients, for
Hmm.
caregivers. giving people an inside look about who you are as a person. Look, there's a lot of businesses out there, okay? But you chose
Hmm.
Homecare, right? Among all of the other businesses that you could have potentially chosen, there's a reason, okay?
Yep.
And it wasn't because you're like, I want to be a billionaire, right? There's a lot of other businesses you could have chose if money was your main
Yep.
factor that you were getting in this business for. And so a lot of you have amazing stories, whether it was, either a horrible experience or a great experience with care. Most of the time it started with your family. Share that. Share your experience. Maybe you're a caregiver. Share that you're a caregiver. Like,
Right.
if you were a caregiver, who do you think's going to love that? Caregivers.
Exactly.
They know that you've been where they have been. That's going to
Hmm.
increase your show up rate. It's going to increase your applicants. It's going to increase your retention. All of these elements from this one video can produce so many incredible results for your business.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, on just to piggyback on that last one a little bit, not just if you're a caregiver, I get a lot of clients that are nurses. You speak the same language as the people in the facility. Why would you hide the fact that you do that? You know, just, you know, these referral partners love that they don't have to explain things down to you, So that's great. So thank you, Nick. We really appreciate you being here. Nick does have an incredible special offer here. You guys can get instant access to a online course that he has. It's free. Just there's going to be links in the description box. If you're watching us live on Facebook, the links are in the description. If you're watching the replay on YouTube, there's all his links and how to get a hold of him are going to be made available. Thank you again. I really can't say that enough. This has been very enlightening, Nick. We really appreciate you taking the time and just coming and chatting and hanging out with us. And we hope to have you back again soon. All right. If you guys haven't already, give this video a big thumbs up. Let Nick know that you appreciate him taking the time to talk to you. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel because that helps, and it'll definitely help you get get more videos and more content from us moving along. Everybody have a great day. Take care of each other, and we will be back out somewhere soon.